Hello everyone. Today we commemorate the 10th anniversary of the passing of Singapore's founding father, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew was a remarkable leader whose extraordinary vision and unwavering perseverance laid the foundation for Singapore's vitally important pluralistic and harmonious society. This foundation is built without distinction of race, language or religion, allowing everyone to settle down and move forward together on this land. In this history, I would also like to introduce another great figure, Daisaku Ikeda. His meeting with Mr. Lee Kuan Yew in 1988 was not only profoundly significant but also marked the beginning of a new chapter in the spread of Nichiren Buddhism in Singapore. First, let us review this precious historical moment, Singapore's Declaration of Independence in 1965.
We are going to have a multiracial nation in Singapore. We will set the example. This is not a Malay nation. This is not a Chinese nation. This is not an Indian nation. Everybody will have his place. Equal. Language, culture, religion. And we will carry on, helping the Malays, as we promised to do. Let us really, Singaporeans. I can't call myself a Malaysian now. We unite, regardless of race, language, religion, culture.
Religion was a very sensitive and important issue in post-independence Singapore. Mr. Lee Kuan Yew was well aware that if religion became a divisive factor, the country could quickly descend into chaos. Do you remember the 1964 race riots? At that time, Chinese and Malays clashed over religious and political differences, resulting in numerous casualties. This history made Singaporeans deeply aware that if religion gets out of control, society will become unstable. It was precisely because of this lesson that Lee Kuan Yew persisted in promoting religious harmony. He hoped that Singapore would become a place where people of different faiths could not only coexist but also respect each other. From temples, churches, mosques to Sikh temples, Singapore has achieved a unique balance. Diversity does not divide us, but rather enriches and revitalizes our society. This kind of harmony doesn't just happen. It's built through policies, laws, and more importantly, the values of each individual. Religion shouldn't divide people, but rather inspire them to live in peace. It's precisely with this social foundation that various faiths and spiritual forces, including Nichiren Buddhism, have been able to take root in Singapore. This naturally leads to another great figure, Daisaku Ikeda. In 1988, Ikeda visited Singapore for the first time and met with Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. This historic meeting not only symbolized the exchange between these two great men, but also opened a new chapter for the spread of Nichiren Buddhism in Singapore. In fact, as early as 1961, Mr. Ikeda made a brief stop in Singapore on his way to India. Though it was only a fleeting glimpse, it left a deep aspiration in his heart. Later, in his essay, Singapore, a Citadel of Global Citizenship, Mr. Ikeda fondly reflected on this encounter. He viewed Singapore as a model of global citizenship, praising the country's foundation of diversity and harmony as a manifestation of hope for human coexistence. From February 8th to 11th, 1988, Mr. Ikeda set foot in Singapore for the very first time. Carrying with him the ideals of peace, culture, and education, his 4-day visit breathed new vitality into Singapore's spiritual and cultural development. Today, drawing on preserved records, let us journey back in time to revisit the significant footsteps he left during those remarkable 4 days. February 8th, Mr. Ikeda arrived in Singapore, warmly welcomed by officials from the People's Association. That evening, he met with senior SGI representatives. February 9th, he visited the Japanese School and the People's Association and donated 100,000 Singapore dollars to the community chest. At 3 p.m., he held a dialogue with Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, where they discussed peace, the role of the United Nations, and the vision for youth. This meeting was broadcast on national television that very evening. Later, he visited the Singapore Cultural Centre, today known as the Geylang Soka Centre, where he planted a pomelo tree and encouraged the members of the student division. February 10th, at the National University of Singapore, he presented a collection of books to the library and later attended a dinner gathering. He encouraged members to live in harmony and support one another, together building a palace of true, indestructible happiness. February 11th. Before his departure, he once again offered words of encouragement, emphasizing the importance of protecting one's faith and advancing Kosen Rufu. This visit was not only Mr. Ikeda's very first step onto Singaporean soil, but also a pivotal starting point for the spread of Nichiren Buddhism in Singapore. The encounter between these two great leaders symbolized not just an exchange of ideas, but also paved the way for Nichiren Buddhism to take root and flourish here. From the 1970s, the growth of the Soka Gakkai in Singapore spread naturally through word of mouth, one person sharing with 10, 10 sharing with 100, and gradually expanding across the island. 1963, the very first local organization of the Singapore Soka Gakkai was formed, marking the official beginning of Kosen Rufu on this land. 1967, Mr. Koh Kian Boon was appointed as regional leader. He would later go on to become the first general director of the Singapore Soka Gakkai. 1969, the Singapore headquarters of the Soka Gakkai was established. 1972, the Singapore Soka Gakkai was officially registered as an organization. 1975, the first Soka Kaikan, the Geylang Soka Centre, was completed. Built through the heartfelt donation of President Daisaku Ikeda, it gave members in Singapore their very first home for activities. 1984, the second Kaikan, the Telok Blangah Soka Centre, was inaugurated. It is known today as the Soka Peace Centre. 1987, the third Kaikan, the Pasir Panjang Soka Centre, was opened. 1988, the Singapore Soka Gakkai welcomed a truly historic moment, the very first visit of President Daisaku Ikeda to Singapore. 1993 marked a new chapter in the history of Singapore Soka Gakkai. The Singapore Soka Association headquarters officially opened at Tampin Ni Street 81, with Prime Minister Goh Chok Tong presiding over the opening ceremony, an important milestone in the organization's growth. In the same year, Soka Kindergarten was established in Pasir Ris, providing children in the community with both education and a foundation in Buddhist values. It has since moved to Tampin Street 92. Also, in 1993, Senior Advisor Mr. Ong Bon Chai succeeded as the second General Director of Singapore Soka Association. 1995, SGI President Daisaku Ikeda visited Singapore for the second time, further deepening the bond with the nation and its people. 1997, the fifth Kaikan was opened at Tampin Ni Street 92, today serving as the Soka Kindergarten, while on the very same day, Onle Temple was inaugurated, offering members greater space for practice and exchange. 1998, the sixth Kaikan, along with the new main hall of Onle Temple, was officially opened. That same year, the Jurong Soka Centre, the seventh Kaikan, was completed, built especially to serve as a hub for arts and cultural activities. 2000, President Ikeda made his third visit to Singapore, once again encouraging members and affirming the mission of Kosen Rufu here. 2002, the eighth Kaikan, the Senja Soka Centre, opened in the north of Singapore. It became the first Soka Centre in Singapore to include a columbarium serving the community's spiritual and memorial needs. 2005, the Singapore Soka Association's Youth Division was awarded the prestigious Singapore Youth Award Team category in recognition of their contributions to community and youth service. The award was personally presented by Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong at the Istana. 2007 was a year of deep significance. to honor SGI Honorary Women's Leader, Mrs. Kaneko Ikeda, for her selfless contributions to world peace, and in celebration of her 75th birthday, a graceful new hybrid orchid was named Dendrobium Kaneko Ikeda DKI. The naming ceremony, held at Burkill Hall in the National Orchid Garden, unveiled its delicate light pink petals. Following this, 3 sets of commemorative stamps featuring the DKI orchid were also released. That same year, Singapore's president, Mr. S.R. Nathan, visited the Singapore Soka Association headquarters and officially inaugurated the Friendship Hall. His presence was a recognition and expression of gratitude for the association's long-standing contributions to the National Day Parade performances since 1981. 2011, Mr. Tay Eng Kiat was appointed as the 3rd General Director of the Singapore Soka Association, guiding the organization into a new stage of development. 2014, the Geylang Soka Peace Center was officially opened, featuring the Mentor Memorial Hall and the Kinjo Orchid Garden. 2017, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Singapore Soka Association, a Community Partners Appreciation Dinner was held at the Singapore Chinese Cultural Center. The guest of honor for the evening was Mr. Heng Swee Keat, then Minister for Finance and Member of Parliament for Tampin East GRC. 2021. The Singapore Soka Association officially adopted its new name, Soka Gakkai Singapore, marking a renewed identity aligned with the global movement. 2022, the 9th Kaikan, the Punggol Soka Center, was inaugurated, further expanding the network of facilities to serve members and the community. 2024, at the January 26th Leaders Commemorative Meeting, Dr. Akeshi Onuchi, SGI Director, conveyed on behalf of SGI General Director Yoshitaka Oba the new appointments approved by President Daisaku Ikeda in October 2023. General Director Mr. Goh Kim Hwa, Honorary General Director Mr. Tay Eng Kiat, Senior Advisor Mr. Ong Bon Chai. This announcement reaffirmed the enduring legacy of President Ikeda's leadership and the unbroken spirit of Kosen Rufu in Singapore. The wisdom and mission of 2 great leaders, Lee Kuan Yew and Daisaku Ikeda, have left a profound impact on both Singapore and the development of Buddhism here. Buddhism is not a distant or abstract idea, but a real force that exists within our daily lives. May we all treasure the supreme good fortune of encountering Nichiren Buddhism and in the midst of life's challenges, never give up, never retreat, but continue to move forward with courage. As long as we strive with perseverance on this path, we can surely create happiness and hope, both for ourselves and for society. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.